AITA for cutting off my best friend after I discovered she had been anonymously reporting me to Child Protective Services. I had been investigated by Child Protective Services 3 times in 2 years. No concerns were found each time. Then an investigator made an administrative error and told me the referrals had all come from the same source, someone who knew my daily schedule. I want to be very clear at the start of this. I am a good mother. I know every parent believes that. I am asking you to take my word for it and the word of 3 separate CPS investigations that found 0 safeguarding concerns across 2 years of reports. The first referral came when my daughter was 18 months old. A CPS worker visited, looked around our home, spoke to me, spoke to my health visitor, and closed the case. No concerns found. The second referral came 4 months later. Different worker. Same outcome. The third came 7 months after that. By this point, I was living in a state of low-grade terror. Not because I was doing anything wrong, I wasn't, but because I was acutely aware of how these processes look from the outside, and I was frightened of what a 4th referral might trigger regardless of what the truth was. During the 3rd investigation, the assigned worker made what I later found out was an administrative error. She told me during our conversation that the referrals appeared to be coming from the same source, someone who described my routine in consistent detail. The specific time I left for nursery, the specific park I used, my working hours. She should not have told me this. She told me anyway, I think because she felt sorry for me. I sat with this information for 2 months. I thought about who knew my schedule in that level of detail. I had a short list. At the top of that list from the very beginning was my best friend of 8 years. She had been a constant presence. She had my daughter's nursery schedule memorized. She knew which park we used because she had been there with us. She knew my working hours because we spoke daily. I did not want it to be her. I would have preferred almost any other answer. I confronted her directly. I said I knew the reports had come from someone with specific knowledge of my routine, and I was asking her directly whether it was her. She denied it for approximately 20 minutes. Then she stopped denying it. She said she had been worried about me. She said she had concerns about my parenting that she hadn't felt she could raise directly. I asked what concerns. The concerns she described were that I sometimes looked tired, that I had gone back to work when my daughter was 9 months old, and that once she had visited and the kitchen was messy. Am I the asshole for ending the friendship? Update, 6 months later. I have not spoken to her since the day she stopped denying it. I have nothing to say to her that isn't going to make me feel worse about myself, so I have chosen to say nothing. She sent me 3 messages in the weeks after. The first said she was sorry. The second tried to explain. The third said she hoped I knew that everything she did came from a place of love and concern. I have thought about that third message often. The specific framing of it. What she did came from love and concern. What she did was anonymously report me to Child Protective Services 3 times over 2 years, based on the concerns that I sometimes looked tired, had returned to work, and had a messy kitchen. I reported her to absolutely no one. I did not go to her employer. I did not go to mutual friends. I did not make a public statement. I ended the friendship and I said nothing publicly, which is more than she extended to me. My daughter is 3 now. She is happy and healthy and has absolutely no idea that any of this happened. Keeping it that way is the only thing that has ever mattered to me throughout all of it. I trust people differently now. I don't know if that's a loss or a protection. Probably both. NTA or ITA. Was ending the friendship the right call? Comment below.